What's up guys, CJ got Kick09 here back with another video for you guys. It is airmax day today. The date of the recording of this video is 26th of March 2023. Happy airmax day to everyone. My birthday is in 3 more days, but that's beside the point. This shoe that I'm about to review is a huge storytelling Nike shoe that I think if you researched and if you're a fan of Nike technology, there is nothing more interesting than seeing you walk on air. So the video that I have for you guys today is on the Nike Air Max 1 86 OG, otherwise known as the Air Max 1 Big Bubble. So before that, let's go into the box. You've got a translucent Nike which shows the tissue paper on the inside. You've got this it looks like a black paint was painted on top of the red box, and the constant moving of the box has like worn the black paint down. I think that's a really cool idea. You got the standard Nike logos everywhere else. What you don't usually see is here, the 4 pillars or the 4 holes there signifying the Big Bubble air unit used inside of the shoe. It's there on that side and it's there on this side. If you basically take the shoe out, you'll be able to see from there to here, no problems, just like how you would in an Air Max shoe. On the bottom, you've got Nike Air copywriting all over there. They've got the new logo of the Air, just kind of interesting to see. And let's go over the shoe now. I got this shoe today on Air Max Day at Atmos Sunway Pyramid for the price of $669, I want to think, or $689. But it was a shoe that is unexpected to me because I thought people were gonna be queuing up for this like mad. Apparently no. Let me just check the price again. Yes, $669. So in the age of where Jordans have reached the 800 and 900 ringgit mark, it's interesting to see Nike still putting out this shoe for this price. So there you go guys, this is the Air Max 1 Big Bubble with the biggest bubble that you've ever seen in your entire life. If you want to check comparisons, Nightwing has a very detailed video of this, but basically what we usually see is the 3 pillar air bubble units in this. And what's important is that from the touch, this is how I would have imagined walking or running on air would feel like. The polyurethane is super soft. Ooh. Well, let's go into the details of the shoe. The Nike Air Max 1 was released in 1986. I don't believe there was another predecessor until the Air Max 80. There were other air unit style shoes like the Tailwind 87s, yada. But this shoe was basically one of those shoes, if you read the copywriting on Nike's website, is one of those shoes that Nike had callbacks on. And this kind of relates to Nike's awesome sneaker return policy, whereby if you received a shoe that was defectual, you could just write into Nike and they would either give you a discount code on your next purchase or they would refund you the full amount in a Nike credit. So this air bubble that we see here, I can almost see you guys, it was thinned out because mid-production there was feedback from consumers that the Air Max unit was cracking and was not suitable for cold weather. Whether or not that plays a part here in Malaysia beats me, but in technology's advancements, I think we have been able to find an air unit that is probably more durable and much more suitable for colder weather. So the Air Max 1, you really don't need any more introduction. This is the OG gray and red colorway that I first saw on I think it was a Hyperdunk Iklan, the Hyperdunk 2008 probably, but it had a montage where a person was heel striking and you could see this this air unit just compressing and just bouncing back as he was going into his stride. And that's what made me fall in love with this shoe, obviously later on down the line. So let's just go over what the shoe is made out of. This shoe is 100% vegan, synthetic suede all the way around. There's two different types of mesh, an open cell mesh right here, and a slightly more, it's not a mesh actually, it's like a nylon fabric wrapping around the heel here. The best part about it, I'll try to get B-rolls of this. I plan to try to make this edit as best that I can. You can kind of see inside the shoe where you can kind of see air coming in, which usually means that the shoe is breathable. Obviously if air can go through, then wind can also go through. So that's the whole thing here at the toe of the shoe. So when you do wear this, you got to make sure that you put some crep protect, because this does not wear easily. If you go into mud or you get curry on your shoe, it's not gonna be easily washable, because the whatever that seeps into the material will just go into the strands and whatnot. Basically fabric works differently, which is why leather based shoes are a lot more easier to wear and keep. For the toe round of the shoe, you got synthetic suede running all the way around. It stops right here. It extends a little bit more to the midfoot of the shoe, to the back. That is basically the support of the shoe, to prevent you from rolling over the side of the footbed, and also preventing from toe jam to the front. And if you notice, the shape is a little bit more refined. It's not as boxy as an older Air Max one. I want to make the comparison between my Nike Lab one, but no. Here you've got the makeup of the lace eyelets of the shoe. You've got the front portion there in this synthetic gray suede. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lace holes going up that side of the shoe. You've got a red swoosh with this made out of the same material as the one on the toe. The same gray felt material going over to the back. And this at the back here, like I said, is that lycra that forms to your foot a little bit better and is prevalent on most Reeboks, Pumas, whatever shoes that were released in the 90s all had this material, and it got phased out somehow, and you don't really see it as often as you do nowadays until now. At the back, you've got the Nike Air logo, just signifying that this is a Nike Air shoe. Same thing on this side. You got the lace plastic eyelets at the top, which is an OG feature as well. On the tongue, you got the same material as you do here for the liner at the back there. It's making up the top of the shoe. You also have some of the same mesh, this rough mesh, open cell mesh that you have going up the middle section of the tongue. You've got these slightly more skinnier flat laces, which is something that you don't really see that often, but you see it in this release, and it's nice to see that they've really put research and thought into making this shoe and the production of the shoe. And you could really tell that I'm just as impressed as probably you are if you have this, how much this feels like a relic, a wearable relic basically. At the top, you've got Nike Air Max. It's not Nike Air Max 1, it's the Nike Air Max logo just right there. You've got this white piping going over, basically closing up the open-ended ends of the tongue. You don't want the whole Virgil Abloh effect. You've got red backing the tongue. On the inside, one of the best features that I like, it's the 9.5 logo just right there. You can see that. And you've got a made in Vietnam logo also right there. The inside uses a more traditional, I want to say a traditional Air Max style of lining. The best part is it's not as thickly lined as how modern Air Max are, which is kind of like similar to the whole retro thing with the 3s and the 4s, where they try to like thin out the lining of the shoe to make it look like the retro. And this, back in the days, was done before like the whole puffy age of sneakers, but this actually conformed the shoe to your foot where you felt more connected to the shoe. Obviously that sacrificed comfort around the collar, but that's a performance feature that I think it's nice to see that happening on an Air Max basically. You've got the traditional size tag just right there. You've got the felt on the strobel board as well. And the insoles. Let's talk about the insoles. The insoles is similar to the past Nike Air Max 90s, the pluses, the Tailwind 4s, but basically you have this red liner made out of this thin EVA or a foam midsole. You've got the Nike Air, which hopefully does not peel off as fast as others do. And at the bottom you have a section for your heel, for your arch support, which should come in the shoe, but it doesn't. It came with the past anniversary edition of the Air Max 1, but it didn't this time around, which I felt they should have done that. But then again, it's kind of like repeating the whole packaging or the whole packaging design every single year, which I don't think is much of a complaint coming from a consumer like myself. But hey, to each their own. I felt that it would have been a nice addition to this shoe because of its already awesome packaging and the way that it looks like. I think that would have just been the cherry on top. For the midsole, you've got a full-length polyurethane midsole, which is super soft and super squishy to the touch. Can you guys see me there? And the big bubble air window in the back, which, god damn, when that is fresh, that is a thing of beauty to look at. You can see through all 4 of those holes. At the back you've got compression lines, and at the front here on both sides you've got flexibility lines to help with the flexing of the sole. The bottom you've got Nike's tried and true waffle tread pattern, which also plays another historical design language of Nike. The original waffle sole pattern was literally made in a waffle making machine basically. So they poured the rubber in there and they pulled it out, and that's what became these lugs essentially. You've got Nike Air running there through the midfoot of the shoe. You've got a red section for the toe, black section for the midfoot, and also black section for the heel of the shoe. I felt that this shoe maybe did not garner the hype because we're just so used to looking at the traditional Air Max 1s that when we look at the big bubble version, we're like, oh god, that's a monstrosity. But in all fairness, if you are a fan of Nike footwear and, like I said, Nike technology, you would appreciate having a wearable relic like this, like a wearable retro that is as close as it gets, 1-to-1. This is like Jordan's 85 cut Jordan 1. And if you're just a sneakerhead and you love sneaker culture, you're gonna be looking for this shoe. I hope everyone managed to score their own pairs of the shoe. I'm happy that I was able to double up on these. So one goes in the vacuum bag and one goes straight to the feet, inshallah. Also, it's puasa, selamat berpuasa to everyone. I tried to get the B-rolls out of the shoe as much as I can because I want you to appreciate the packaging and the whole aesthetic of the shoe as much as I do from my own eyes. I'm not the best in editing, and I tried to put out the best content that I can for you. This is getting a little bit long-winded and a little bit more repetitive, but I want to say thank you to all of you guys for staying tuned and true to my channel. I want to thank all the subscribers, the comments, the love, the hate. Put them all there in the comments, guys. I need all the traction that I can. I don't make money off of YouTube, but maybe if I do one day, you could probably get like giveaways and all of that stuff. So with that being said, this is the Air Max 1 Big Bubble, released on Air Max Day. Today is the 26th of March. Happy Air Max Day to everyone from your resident Nike Air Max head and Nike technology head, TJ Got Kicks 89. I'll see you guys at the next one. Let's do a zoom out of like the shoe. See you guys.